Thank you for your interest and concern about how police interact with vulnerable citizens. There's a confusing alphabet soup of entities and meetings to express your feelings. By the time you're done with this video, you will have a better idea of how to best use your time and energy. In this short video, we'll review the two types of organizations or committees actively involved in police reform. We will also tell you about allied organizations that you can join and support. And I'll tell you about two documentary films everyone interested in the role of police in Portland should see. There's been citizen-involved police reform active in Portland on and off for over 50 years. Police reform fails year after year, largely because few participate in the ongoing discussion. And today, the city has set up a bucket full of committees and activities for you to join, which can add to the confusion. First and foremost, you can attend and testify at City Council. The mayor and elected city commissioners are present, as is the city attorney and often the city auditor. This is where big decisions get made. The meeting schedule, agenda, and recording of past meetings are online and easy to access. You can watch all city council meetings online live. The schedule and council meetings are online for the time being. To be heard by the council, you need to send a message to the council clerk. Because there's a limited amount of time and patience, there are a limited number of slots to make general public comments at every meeting. You can also email or send a letter to any or all of the city councilors and tell them what you think. There are exceptions, such as budget time, where open testimony may be taken for longer periods. The Citizen Review Commission is an appointed citizen committee managed by the Independent Police Review, the IPR, which is part of the Auditor's Office. Here's what they do. You can attend their monthly meetings, review past and current agenda online, testify on agenda items, and make public comments. You can also be appointed to their committee. Contact the City Auditor's Office to find out how to get appointed. The Training Advisory Council is a police-selected citizen council. You can attend their monthly meetings, testify on agenda items, and make public comments. You can also apply to be selected for the committee. There are 10 positions open today on this city council. The Behavioral Health Unit Advisory Committee is a police-selected committee made up of mostly city, county, and nonprofit organizations. This meeting is closed to the public, and no testimony or participation is available. You cannot join this meeting, which advises the police about interacting with people with mental illness and addiction. The Portland Committee for Community Engaged Policing, also called the PCEP, is a citizen committee selected and managed by the mayor. You can attend their monthly meetings and 5 subcommittee meetings, testify on agenda items, and make public comments. You can also apply to be selected for the PCEP on the PCEP website. The police have created the following advisory committees. You'll need to go to the PPB website to see if you can figure out how to attend or join one of these groups. Frankly, it's a little unclear from the website if these are ongoing committees or just good intentions. And that's it for the city. Importantly, none of these committees has the power to compel testimony, which is why, although Portland appears to have a lot of active engagement tools, the level of discontent remains fairly high. Other cities, including Honolulu, New York, and Los Angeles, have created police boards made up of selected folks with legal and law enforcement investigative skills. They have the power to subpoena and compel testimony. This provides thorough, transparent investigations done by members of the public, which can quickly repair trust in police and credibility with elected officials. Portland city-created committees have been ineffective at police reform and accountability for at least 3 big reasons. 1, they don't have the power to compel testimony. 2, they're understaffed with people familiar with police accountability. And 3, the public, that's you, aren't involved, don't care, expect someone else to do this work. Until you start showing up, democracy languishes. So what police reform is being done by organizations and individuals, not by the city itself? The most successful private organization inhibiting police reform is the Portland Police Association, which is the patrol officers' union. Because they're funded and staffed and embedded by contract in the city's machinery, the PPA has been a big player in city politics for decades. The PPA is only open to their members. No public meetings, no community engagement whatsoever. Portland Cop Watch is a project of Peace and Justice Works, a nonprofit organization located in Portland. Police reform and accountability is their mission. They have public actions by their members, a newsletter, and testify routinely at all city meetings where the agenda is police reform. They need volunteers and contributions. The Albina Ministerial Alliance Coalition for Peace and Justice is a project of the Albina Ministerial Alliance. The project includes allies such as Portland Cop Watch and other area churches. They are an enhanced amicus to the long-running federal lawsuit about police excessive use of force, U.S. Department of Justice versus City of Portland. Being an amicus means the court seeks out their opinion on how things are going. The project has public organizing meetings, which you're welcome to join. See their website for more information. The Mental Health Association of Portland has been engaged with police reform on behalf of people with mental illness and addiction for a long time. They host events and have a website archive of all the known lethal force events in the Portland area since the mid-1960s, and provide technical advice for leadership. The organization hosts the annual Northwest Law and Mental Health Conference. It does not have public meetings or opportunities for volunteers. The Mental Health Alliance brings together organizations and individuals who represent the interests of people with mental illness and have long participated in efforts to reduce police use of force against people with mental illness. Disability Rights Oregon, the Oregon Justice Resource Center, the Portland Interfaith Clergy Resistance, and the Mental Health Association of Portland joined together to form this alliance. The alliance is an amicus to the U.S. Department of Justice versus City of Portland. The alliance does not have public meetings or host regular public events. The Oregon Justice Resource Center promotes civil rights and improves legal representation for communities that have often been underserved in the past, people living in poverty, and people of color among them. The OJRC provides these services. Disability Rights Oregon assists with legal problems directly related to people with disabilities. They do this in a variety of ways, like these services. If you're a person with a disability, there may be opportunities to join one of DRO's internal work groups. Take a look at their website and contact them for more information. The Portland Interfaith Clergy Resistance organizes and informs clergy about protest events and is a member of the Mental Health Alliance. There are a few other organizations which have been allies in police reform work. Last, get up to speed by watching 2 documentary films about policing in Portland. The first is Arresting Power, Resisting Police Violence in Portland, Oregon, which documents the history of conflict between the Portland police and community members throughout the past 50 years. The film features personal stories of resistance told by victims of police misconduct, the families of people who were killed by police, and members of Portland's reform and abolition movements. And it's free to watch online. The second film is Alien Boy, The Life and Death of James Chassie. Infuriating, tragic, heartbreaking, and incendiary in equal measures, plays out like a horror film and leaves you absolutely breathless, said Willamette Week. James Chassie was a man with schizophrenia who was brutally beaten by Portland cops in 2006. The award-winning documentary chronicles his struggle with schizophrenia and examines the actions of the police officers responsible for his death, exposing a city grappling with accountability in the death of an innocent, unarmed man. The film is available on streaming services, at your library, and for sale. Thanks, and get active.